I'm Kronicz from the most extreme wrestling, and this is your Smackdown review for January 13th, 2012. It's Friday the 13th in Laredo, Texas. This Laredo, Texas is not anywhere close to me, so I didn't get to go to this show, so it was a sad day for me. But Lillian Garcia was in the ring, and she was looking smoking hot as she introduced the World Heavyweight Champion, Daniel Bryan, and the crowd boos, of course. He says it's a dream come true to have the World Heavyweight title. He says he's not proud of that disqualification finish that happened, and he even addresses the internet fans who have been discrediting him and whatnot. He mentions Heyman Rules 512, whoever that might be, a fictitious internet wrestling fan apparently. He told the Big Show that he could have a match whenever he wants because he wasn't proud of that match and the way it turned out. He could have it whenever, wherever, but it can happen no other place but right here and right now. So insert fake Smackdown cheers. As he also says that Henry should have been suspended for interfering or whatever he did. Mark Henry, of course, comes right out. He says, "You think I should be suspended?" And he said, "You know you should be happy, Daniel Bryan, because actually tonight, in your World Heavyweight title match, I am going to be banned from ringside. And if you win your match tonight, well, it's going to be me and you next week on SmackDown for the title." So, of course, everybody in the crowd likes that, and that's the end of the segment as we go right in to Cody Rhodes with his Intercontinental Championship. And he says he's been champion for 5 months. He's outshone Tito Santana, Booker T, and even his brother Goldust as being a great Intercontinental Champion. And he says he's going to pull a Ultimate Warrior, which I'm like, what is he talking about? He says that he's going to have the Intercontinental Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. And I was like, I doubt it. But that would be pretty interesting. So we go straight into a match with Cody Rhodes, the Intercontinental Champion, versus Ezekiel Jackson. That match actually didn't lose my interest, but of course it was crossroads at the end with Cody Rhodes with the win. So Cody Rhodes goes on just winning match after match after match, being a great Intercontinental Champion. So we got Teddy Long. He's hanging out in his office or whatever, and he's seemingly awaiting Oksana's appearance, but it is not Oksana. It actually is Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre looks poopy-faced as he's not allowed to talk, as Teddy Long is reprimanding him or whatever because he keeps losing. He's going to put him in a match tonight. It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus Ted DiBiase, which happens to be my cat, who is in my chair and won't go away. But anyways, so that match happens instantly as we come back. Well, I watched it on YouTube, so I'm sure that most people had to watch commercials, but not me, so hooray for me. But it was Drew McIntyre versus Ted DiBiase. Hunico and Camacho come down to the announce table on their bicycles so they can commentate while Hunico has his feet on the table. So, of course, since Michael Cole and some heel guys are out there, they talk about the bikes, talk about being in the hood, and this and that. Don't really talk much about the match at all. Drew McIntyre actually dominates a lot during the match, but the crowd just can't care about him. It just doesn't happen. So it was Dream Street, and it was completely over. To no surprise, Ted DiBiase walks away with the victory. Backstage, we see Daniel Bryan and AJ says, "I love you." And and Daniel Bryan is like, "She loves me?" So, whatever, segment, I don't care.
What?
Yeah, that's what happened, apparently.
AJ loves Daniel Bryan?
Yes. She's been hanging out with him backstage, but now...
You do so much better.
Well, that's true, but now she loves him, so this could only mean something to do with the match and the plot tonight, I don't know. But we'll have to see as it gets there. Now we have Sheamus. Sheamus reminds us that he is going to win the Royal Rumble as much as everyone else is going to win the Royal Rumble. And Jinder Mahal comes down to the ring getting heat, saying that he is also going to win the Royal Rumble. So, they're going to have a match. And Sheamus, of course, looks great during the match, does his typical moves. Fist of Fury, does his little slap in the chest thing. Dominates pretty much the whole match, and yes, Sheamus wins and Jinder loses. So, whatever. At least Sheamus looked cool, I guess. Backstage, we have AJ, again, standing right next to the Big Show, and this makes AJ look like this big, and Big Show look humongous, and they're just talking about whatever. And all of a sudden, of course, Daniel Bryan comes in and he says, "What are you doing, trying to steal away my girlfriend?" And he's super jealous, and it's kind of ridiculous, and he's acting like a 12-year-old, but whatever. Accuses the Big Show, trying to take his belt and take his girl, so this fuels the fire, I guess, for tonight's match. Whatever. Anyways, Lillian Garcia is once again in the ring, and she says Brodus Clay is going to be on Smackdown, or debuting, I don't know. She made it seem like to me that Brodus Clay is going to permanently be on Smackdown, and if that's the case, I guess they had to have him on Raw since they were promoting him being on Raw for months. And then all of a sudden he debuts and he's got a different gimmick, and it kind of looks like he's going to be on SmackDown. Not really sure. I guess we're going to have to see. And knowing what they do on Raw, people on SmackDown can be on Raw with no explanation anyway, so whatever. He's going to have a match, and it is a 3-second match where he completely squashes, I believe it was Tyson Kidd. I didn't even write down his opponent because it happened so fast, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, it was Tyson Kidd. He squashed him in 3 seconds. Now, Brodus Clay, when he was introduced and he came out, I didn't really hear the cheers, not on this YouTube video that I was watching that was, you know, the pirated version or whatever. But I could not hear cheers, which I thought was very bizarre. But as he danced, as he did his thing, and after his 3-second match, people were taking pictures, they were cheering, they were having a good time. So, I guess it worked. We'll just have to see as this goes on. I am in favor of Brodus Clay. I think it equals actual more money than him just being a big dominating guy for no other reason. Because we have plenty of those. I mean, come on. Do we really need another big intimidating guy? It's kind of boring. They can get the crowd all excited, get them happy, and make the kids have smiles on their faces. I guess it can accomplish that at least. We'll just have to see as the weeks unfold and as he and how people interpret him. If people continue to cheer him or whatever. So, David Otunga, talking about, oh man, David Otunga is a heel that I don't think anybody cares about, even though he's on television every second, versus Santino Marella. David Otunga seemed to be in a little bit better shape, losing...
I like Otunga.
What?
I like Otunga.
You do?
Yeah.
Do you like his matches?
I've never seen a match with him in a long time.
I know, well, he was on SmackDown having a match. I think he's a good heel, but in the ring, I just couldn't care less, honestly. But he's in there with Santino. Santino does all his little moves and headbutts and whatnot, leading up to do his Cobra. But the Cobra is not to be, as David Otunga gets the win and goes away with the victory. Now we have Natalya versus Tamina. Now, Natalya gets a nice little hanging, stalling suplex, but Tamina pretty much gets the beat down on her and gets her Superfly, Super Splash, whatever, Superfly Splash, like her father did, and Tamina gets the win, and Natalya gets beat, which is sad, but I do like Tamina, so I don't know. I guess that's okay. Next, go into another match. Another match, my gosh. It's Santino versus Justin Gabriel. Heath Slater, alright. Heath Slater's got a mean streak. He's getting mad at the ref. He's reminding all of us that he's the bad guy in this match, which, you know, I'm like, I don't know about you, but I'm giving you a chance, alright? Justin Gabriel, I like your look, I like your moves, but I don't know, I can't care about you guys yet. But here comes Hornswoggle. Huh? So Hornswoggle's helping out Justin Gabriel once again, which I get so confused at this, and this just killed any like positive thoughts I had going forward with Justin Gabriel. I mean, it really did. Talk about like ridiculous stuff for the kids. I mean, come on. Do we really need Hornswoggle doing anything? Anyways, don't really get that. Justin Gabriel gets his 360 splash or 450 or whatever it's called. He gets the pin, gets the win. Happy day for him. Alright, now we go into the main event. It's Daniel Bryan, the World Heavyweight Champion, versus The Big Show, and it is no disqualification. So there can't be anything going on that's going to interrupt this match. This match has got to happen. There's got to be a winner. Someone's going away, retaining the World Heavyweight Champion, or there's going to be a new champion in The Big Show. I don't know. So we go into the match, and they have huge build-ups. They even do the tell of the tapes where they say, look at how big the Big Show is, and look how small Daniel Bryan is. But Daniel Bryan can really wrestle, and the Big Show is really massive, and he's got that WMD with his fist. there's got to be a winner tonight. So, the match starts. The Big Show actually gets a spear, which I find hilarious. Pretty much this match is Daniel Bryan not really... He's out of his league, the way they have this match built up. You know, he's like trying to swing the chair because there's no disqualification, but the Big Show says, I don't think so. Pretty much swats it away. He tries to wrestle him down to the ground, but it cannot happen. He tries to kick him in the chest, kick him with his little knees and everything, but he cannot take down the Big Show. The Big Show's too massive. He tries to grab another chair, but Big Show WMDs the chair right into his face.
Awesome.
Big Show says, you know what, I'm getting freaking tired of this. I'm tired of all this crap. So he grabs the announce table and starts ripping the top off, which indicates he's going to put somebody through the table, but it does not happen as Bryan continues to kick, going back and forth, and then, oh my gosh, here comes disappointment. Daniel Bryan starts running away, running around the ring, and Big Show starts chasing him.
Oh no.
But who could possibly be in the way to derail this? None other than AJ. As she stands there like an idiot and does not move at all. Because, I mean, she should have ran when she saw Daniel Bryan coming. I mean, if she had never watched wrestling, if one wrestler is running, that means another wrestler is chasing. Especially when you can obviously see it right in front of you. What is she, blind? Oh, I don't get it. But anyways, here comes Big Show, running at like 2 miles an hour as he turns and makes, you know, the right or left turn or whatever it is around the turnbuckle, and then boom. He hits AJ at like 2 miles an hour. Maybe not even that. And AJ falls, just like a normal bump that she takes. She's very flexible, so she has some pretty crazy bumps, you know, when she hits the ground. But, I mean, they show it in slow motion. And my God, if they showed it any slower, it would have been still motion. Because it was already slow. It didn't look believable at all. And even the announcers tried to act like, oh my gosh, is she really hurt? And tried to do that whole silence thing. And they actually did go silent because it was so bad. So the match ends. And they even try to act like they're breaking kayfabe or something by having the Big Show standing there right next to Daniel Bryan looking at each other. And Big Show's like, I'm sorry. I didn't really mean to do that. That was an accident.
Oh my gosh.
They went too far. You know, it was good for storyline purposes. I'll give you that. I mean, it's good going forward. But believability? No. I didn't believe it for 1 second. AJ's hurt, and now I look on WWE.com and they're like, oh, AJ injury update. What did she injure? She just flat hit him and she fell on the ground, and now her neck's broken or something?
What?
I don't understand that. So the match, even though it was no disqualification, there was no conclusion. So all we can do is hope that next week on Smackdown that, well, AJ won't be ringside, and they can actually have a match, but we won't know until we actually get to Smackdown.